What the fuck is that ad? It's just a woman on a yacht in a bikini saying, keep young, keep playing, keep young or whatever. It's an ad for TikTok. Like, what the fuck does that have to do with TikTok?
Well, have you seen the TikTok ads recently? They have nothing to do with TikTok at all, but they're still TikTok ads. And with that, it brings us into TFE, a weekly news podcast in which we give our thoughts, feelings, and emotions on latest gaming, film, tech, streaming, and other random crap we feel like. I am your host, Dan, and I'm joined with you as always by my co-host, Danny.
Hello.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird way to start a podcast talking about TikToks.
Yes. I mean, we have some TikTok news later on.
Do we? Wow.
It's about how it's an unethical company and it's got horrible working conditions.
That is true, but we also talk about the real Avatar 2 trailer, Madonna's 3D vagina, and a man with penis on his arm.
A refreshing can of unnamed product.
It looks like Slurm from...
That's the cozy holder thing. I'll give you a...
You actually got like a Slurm cozy holder.
Yeah, I got it from another unnamed product fake.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Did you also see this week the Eurovision, the results?
No. I saw people talking about it. I don't give a shit about it.
Well, England actually came second after having the famous nil point last year.
I didn't even know that happened.
Yeah, no. It was quite the accomplishment that nobody cared about in England.
Yep.
But, this isn't to do with the podcast, so let's go into Stream That Movie News into my head.
I mean, it technically counts.
Yes,
it's streaming. It was streamed.
Yeah, I suppose
Probably.
it was. Anyway, yes, Avatar 2 trailer. We actually got the real trailer this time because,
On a Monday.
it came out
everything.
as we were...
Guess what also is coming out on a Monday? The Boys Season 3 trailer, and we're not going to be able to talk about it till next week.
Yeah, not great. We really should just delay our podcast episode by a day.
Nah, we'll stick to it. Because as soon as we do that, they'll all jump back to Sunday. They'll go to Tuesdays. So we got to keep it strong.
Well, week-old
We're
news.
cursed. Yeah, we're week-old news. We're recaps. We're not current news, Dan. We're week-old news.
Yes, anyway, this week we've got the actual trailer. We haven't got the game trailer that Danny kept sending me over and over
Hey,
again.
not my fault. Blame James Cameron. He didn't upload it as soon as Doctor Strange came out.
Yes, and I didn't get to see
Also,
it.
they said it would be a week. It was only like 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, that's true. But at my local cinema, all the ads stopped working, so I couldn't see it anyway, which was quite weird. I don't understand how no ads or trailers can play during a film.
I had that for Avengers, the Ultron, Age of Ultron. I literally got there at the time that the thing said that they were going to play it at. And normally I'd go, oh yeah, you get like 10, 20 minutes of ads. So I'll go quickly pop to the toilet. As soon as I'd purchased my ticket, they started playing the movie because I was the only person in the cinema screening. So I went to the toilet and I missed like 2 seconds of like the first minute of the film.
Oh, wow.
Because they immediately started playing it. But it was like, it was bang on the time that they said that they'd normally, like, it normally starts at that time, but then you got 20 minutes of ads or whatever. But they played it bang on the time that it said, rather than giving you the 20 minutes of ads. So I was like, oh, fuck. Okay.
So that's not what I had. I just had 20 minutes of black screen.
That's funnier. Mine was quite nice.
Yeah, you
I had
got a
to go and
pleasant
see it.
experience.
Well, I missed the first minute, so I had to go back. Because I was like, oh, I got basically there at the shot where all of the Avengers fly past the screen.
Yeah.
So that was literally... So I then went back and watched it again, because of course I did. But yeah. Anyway, Avatar. It's blue people.
Blue people. And it's got higher viewing figures than Star Wars.
Yes, for the first day trailer 24-hour period. So people are curious as to this. At this point, I think 11 years, 13 years. 13 years, I think, 2009?
Yeah, that's right.
13-year-old franchise that's coming back. It does look pretty. I'll give it that. I just hope they've improved the story. I love people on Twitter were getting very upset and saying, oh, the CGI is terrible. Look at this. And it's just a picture of like a dude strapping his arm to the thing. But they forget that entire sequence is CGI and it looks real. Or it looks relatively real. It's weird that the blue.
Yeah, I mean, not today, but this week was the first time I've actually looked at Twitter and I realised what a cesspool of hate that Twitter is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's not a great place. I'm glad Elon Musk's going to take it and make it even worse. Although that might not be happening. Who knows? But yeah, what do you think of it? It's a teaser trailer, so it's not giving us anything.
I don't think I can generate much of opinion other than my already opinion on Avatar 2, which is I don't really see why it's needed. I don't really want it, but it's coming anyway.
James Cameron wants to push water technology more.
Yes, underwater CGI.
He looked at Aquaman and went, I can do that 1 billion times better. And I don't have Amber Heard in my movie, so it's not
That's already better, right?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think the underwater stuff looks interesting. I'm just hoping that they actually have a decent story, and it's not just, hey, look, blue people are good. We got to protect the good people. Also,
yeah,
I always get confused.
To me, the story seems like it's going to be the exact same as the first film.
Probably. But this time underwater.
They're going to have a Star Wars on their hands. That's what it's going to be.
Well, yeah, it was before Disney, but now it's Disney, so... And we're doing it, as I keep saying, Avatar, Star Wars. Avatar, Star Wars, Avatar, Star Wars. Each year we're going to get an Avatar and then a Star Wars.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, isn't it? Anyway, Godzilla vs. Kong 2. That's been in the news recently.
Yes.
Call of Duty's had an in-game event for it.
Yeah, that was maybe the thing that would bring me back to Call of Duty, and then I didn't go back to Call of Duty. So.
Yeah, I know nothing about it. I just know it happened.
It looked interesting. I hear people saying it was better to watch than actually play, because it was just like there was these big monsters in the background. I don't even know. I just saw the trailers. I think we spoke about the trailers. And then I was going to go and play COD, but then I just couldn't be asked. Because I don't want to download, 200 gigabyte data on my PS5.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you. I mean, once again, COD is not a great experience. It's full of hackers and toxic people.
Yep. Also, I just don't enjoy COD anymore. I don't know why.
Yeah, me neither. Mind you,
but you'll be able to play it on your PS5 that you're getting.
Yes, I will be getting a PS5 soon, but I will not be playing COD.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Danny.
I bought him a PS5, a digital edition.
I don't say it like that. I did pay you back.
No. People don't need to know that detail, Dan. But yeah, I basically used my invite from PlayStation to get it. So
yes, I'm very grateful.
He didn't have to pay the exorbitant prices.
Well, I wasn't so happy with the delivery cost.
Well, that's your fault.
Is it?
Yes. You live far away.
Is that really my fault?
Yeah. You could have driven down.
So it's not your fault for putting in the wrong delivery address in the first place?
No. I needed to get my item that I purchased as well.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Was that really it?
Mm-hmm. I now have the black panels for my console.
Can you not just buy that whenever?
Nope, they sell out almost immediately. So whilst I was there, I just purchased mine. And then I did my delivery address so that I could get my product and then made you pay for your delivery.
Sure, it would have been cheaper for me to send it to you. The Dark Blades.
Maybe. Who knows? But
also,
now
you're coming down anyway soon, aren't you?
I'm not, though. Maybe. It was a thing that maybe was going to happen, and I have no confirmation on it. Anyway, let's talk about Godzilla vs. Kong.
I have no opinion, because people who are new to this podcast may not know. I don't know anything about Godzilla or Kong, other than one's a monkey, one's a lizard.
Yeah. The thing is, it's just new casting, and Dan Stevens is the lead human. And I like Dan Stevens, because he's in Legion, and he's in a lot of other things I like him in.
Dan Stevens, is that the main actor?
He's the main guy in.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. He's... I need to get his... He's also the Beast in Beauty and the Beast remake.
Never would have guessed that.
He's also in Downton Abbey. He's in The Night of the Museum 3. He's the bad guy in that. He's in a lot of cool stuff. The best thing I've seen him in is Guest, which is... I think apparently also maybe getting a sequel, which would be interesting. Basically, Guest is like this guy goes to a family whose son died in the war, and he says he's like the guy's best friend, and then he goes to the family and starts like acting like protecting the family, but it kind of spoilers. It was revealed that he wasn't really friends. He's just some random guy who found out about it and just started living in the house. And mystery,
fascinating.
But yeah, that's the only detail we got is like King Kong versus Godzilla 2 is happening, and Dan Stevens is the human role. So
how did the first movie end?
Godzilla and Kong teamed up to fight a big giant robot Godzilla, and then Kong went to the in the core of the Earth, parallel dimension, underground thing, and Godzilla was still up on the water, basically.
Okay.
And they kind of did a look at each other as they walked away, going, I don't like you, but I respect you. Because they teamed up to fight a big robot that was basically going to beat Godzilla, but Godzilla beat Kong, and then the power of them teaming up beat the big robot. It was a good movie. I really enjoyed it.
I mean, the movie sounds terrible. And the more you describe it, the worse it sounds.
Big monkey versus big robot monkey. Nope, big robot lizard. Lizard and then big lizard as well. They're dumb. I like them. They're dumb.
Well, talking about things that are terrible, the Oscars. Because no one really likes the Oscars, and it's clearly rigged. And it's definitely rigged, considering Zack Snyder's fan-voted Oscar seems to have been rigged by bots.
Yeah, who would have guessed that a thing that the general public can vote on gets taken over by a fan base that's notoriously just angry and wants people to like the thing that they like because everyone else doesn't. So
yeah.
Basically, it's come out that basically the fan voted categories, the filmmaker's zombie thriller Army of the Dead was named Oscar's fan favorite, whilst the Flash Speed Force scene which cut from the Justice League cut, won the Oscars cheer moment vote, and basically appeared to have been automated bot accounts that cast thousands of fake votes. The University of Maryland professor David Koch, who has researched fan bots similar deduced that the questionable accounts certainly do not look like they were generated by human users, but the outlet noted that Koch's team could not definitively declare them bots. Basically, it was just some weird anomalies in polling, including a significant day spike in voting, such as February 27th leap to 25,000 votes after weeks of daily totals being between 4,000 and 15,000. So yeah, it's just like a lot of votes suddenly and quick success, like a quick day, all from like new accounts created just for this within. So yeah, the Twitter handle, the accounts less than a day old were banned from voting and stuff like that. So yeah, who would have guessed?
Who would have thought? Yeah. Well, oh wow, what can you do about
a fan base notorious for sending armies and armies of bots to strike at anyone who declares the thing that they like is bad, to harass and abuse them. Went and harassed and abused an open category for the Oscars to try and get their director the Oscar that they wanted them to get, but couldn't do it for the movie they wanted, so they gave it to his second movie that he did.
It is a shame that this is the world we live in.
Yeah, but one day we'll get a nice world. Once everyone's dead, we'll get a nice world.
Well, maybe Netflix are trying to remove people already, as they say, reportedly tell the staff to quit if they're offended by content.
Yeah. I don't know what content they're going to be offended by.
I think they mean by like offensive jokes, maybe like sitcoms and stuff.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, because there was a lot of people who didn't like Dave Chappelle's comedy stuff and like that. And people were like protesting that.
I can't believe we're at the day and age now where comedy is too offensive.
So here's the statement, or a bit of the statement. Not everyone will like or agree with everything on our service. While every title is different, we approach them based on the same set of principles. We support the artistic expression of the creators we choose to work with. We program for a diversity of audiences and tastes, and we let viewers decide what's appropriate for them versus having Netflix censor specific artists or voices. As employees, we support the principles that Netflix offers, a diversity of stories, even if we find some titles counter to our own personal values. Depending on your role, you may need to work on titles you perceive to be harmful. If you find it hard to support our content breadth, Netflix may not be the best place for you.
Well, there you go.
So it's essentially just, hey, look, we host some controversial stuff. If you disagree with that, that's fine. You just don't have to be here. And I get why people are upset, and like I can see both sides. I do think Netflix is taking the right approach on this.
I do agree.
Because,
I mean, look at Twitter.
Like, if you don't agree with something, you don't have to work there. You have the right to leave.
Look at Twitter. Twitter is the perfect example why what Netflix has done is right.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you try to please everybody, you can't, and then you just get more hate coming at you.
Yeah. You piss off both sides by doing it because you basically have no clear stance. You're like, hey, look, we're going to have... Like, I get some of the stuff, like Dave Chappelle's transphobic comments, but they're kind of... It's always difficult because you're always... With comedy, you're always got to push the line, and now everyone's going to find a joke funny. So, like, everyone is subjective to joke. That's my opinion. Everyone is... You just don't have to like it, but you can't... You can get upset, but you also have to understand that it's probably not directed at you to be mean. If it is, then it's a bad thing. I get that. That one's fine. If it's purposefully mean, then yes, it's bad. You can judge it for that. But if it's a joke and it's not ill intent, it's either ignorance or thing. Educate the person. Don't attack them.
Yeah, that is the
It's complicated. But yeah, it's probably an interesting place to be.
And
I don't know if I'd ever want.
With Netflix, Netflix is exploring live streaming for the first time and plans to roll out for unscripted series and stand-up specials.
They're going to traditional television.
Yes, although I kind of do understand this. Maybe they're going to take sporting events.
Maybe I doubt it.
I doubt it too. That seems to be more Amazon's approach because they can just
they're doing more
reality
shit where it's like, we've got this cake baking show where people make cakes.
I can't believe they did that. I actually can't. Is it cake? Like, why is that a show?
And then people can vote on who's got the best cake live.
Something that may annoy you, just a thought, is they spent money in that cake show rather than putting the money into Arcane.
Oh yeah, no, that does annoy me.
Yes.
But they also put it into a lot of other shows that annoy me. But as I was saying, Dan, not everything has to be for me.
No, it does not.
There can be stuff that I don't like, and there can be stuff for other people.
I wouldn't say the cake show is controversial, though. I think it's just more stupid.
Yeah, but I don't like Big Mouth, and I just don't watch it.
Yeah, but that's
I
not
just
controversial.
Don't have to involve.
Controversial is
but Big Mouth seems controversial.
I know. I suppose there's definitely some parts that are controversial.
Yeah, but I just don't engage with it. I just leave it to be its own thing. I can hate the animation style all I like. They're not going to change it, and that's fine. I just let it be. I just don't have to engage with it.
That is correct.
But yeah, what do you think? What would you watch on Netflix Live?
I think stand-up specials are good, and that's a good idea because there's a lot of...
I think comedy special, yeah, like having like the option to be able, like if you can't go to like America to watch someone perform comedy, and then you have that Netflix comedy special, and you can probably watch it in the UK live as an option, that'd be good. And then if it's uploaded immediately to Netflix after it's live, and you can just watch it then, that'd be good.
Imagine if there's now like a Netflix news channel. They just start doing news. Maybe we can start doing episodes for Netflix.
Yeah, I'm sure they'd be delighted.
We'd be fantastic. Everyone loves us.
Damn, we're not even live at the moment.
Yeah, but
I swear too much to be alive.
Nah, Netflix loves swearing.
Well, every animated show I have seen has had a sex scene. So I'm like, what?
No. Hang on. Where are you going with this?
No, Arcane had one. Castlevania's had one. Yeah.
Where?
Jason, yeah. Castlevania had one. Inside Jobs had one. Pretty much every Netflix show that's like R-rated has had a... Because I'm pretty sure it's their just way of going, we're R-rated. We have a sex scene, and that's how we get it. Like, it's probably not... like, some of them are graphic, and some of them you can see stuff, but some of them are just, like, tame PG-13 sex scenes, like the Arcane one.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Castlevania's is weird.
Oh, yeah, I remember Castlevania one, though. There's a very disturbing one.
Twin brother and sister basically grab Alucard and then force... And then there's the one with the ring. It's all kinds of fucked up stuff. Yeah.
And talking about that...
Talking about Cortana, sex on TV.
Yeah, Cortana just watched Master Chief have sex.
Yeah. So as we know, there's the Halo TV show out and about on Paramount, I think. Neither one of us has been watching it because we
can't have it. It's not in the UK, is it?
Well, yeah, we can't have it, and we don't care about Halo. So, but yeah, basically they had an episode where Master Chief bones someone. Also, he's apparently taken off his helmet throughout the show, and people don't like that. Oh dear.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. It's a weird situation.
Yeah, but from what I've been reading on this, it's I'm sorry, ad blockers getting in the way. So basically, so now that it's so the latest episode, Allegiance, has the chief hook up with Mackie, a human kidnapped by the Covenant at a young age and deemed to be their chosen one. Not that it's in the it's shown. The two humans are seen uncovering and touching scars before waking up together later in bed. Their intercourse merely implied. Cue heavy grunts, maybe. I think grunts are an enemy in Halo, so that was a good classic joke there. What makes this weird is that Cortana watches the whole thing, the little voyeur. Later, Dr. Halsey tells Mackie how pleased she is to see them getting closer. Was Halsey watching too? And considering she brought up Master Chief from the age of 6, was Master Chief just seen having sex by his mum? So it's... and as Decider points out, surely Master Chief was raised to be a ruthless killing machine while Mackie has been living with aliens. Did we just witness them losing their virginity? So it's a big thing for the Halo, and fans are not happy.
Yeah, I just see some tweets on Twitter. So much hate. I mean, that is Twitter anyway, but so much hate.
Oh yeah, no, you can't always take, like, I hate the fact that they use tweets as like an example of general public, because they use free people's tweets, and that is enough justification to this is the opinion of everyone on the internet. But
that is how people on Twitter think.
Yeah, but that's also because news articles use like free tweets and go, yep. Or they go, here's the one who says it's bad, here's the one who's mixed on it, and then here's the one who says it's bad, and then it goes, everyone's got different opinions. No, it's just you picked the ones. But yeah, it's just a weird thing to do at a show, I guess. Like, I don't know anything about Halo, but I've seen people say that it's a really weird thing to do. And I mean, yeah, I think a lot of people aren't enjoying that Halo TV show. Because it strays so far from what people wanted from it and what's in the games. And whilst I can see them trying to do something new with the lore, if it doesn't have the inherent, like, if you're using the mainline character and then you're doing such a disservice to that character, because they've had his helmet off, and that's a big thing. Like, you can do a TV show where you don't take the helmet off. It's why Boba Fett pissed me off, because the Mandalorian proved that you can do it and do it well.
That is true.
Weird. I'm also disappointed they didn't show Master Chief's schlong. Like, it just fades.
If you're gonna do it right.
Yeah, you've shown his face, now show his other face.
Honestly, I don't know enough about Halo to even... As far as I'm aware, Cortana's a voice assistant. Is that right?
Yeah, but she has a physical form.
Right, okay.
But like the physical AI, like, blue chick display thing.
That is literally the only thing I know about Halo. I know nothing else.
And I think in the games, she falls in love with Master Chief. And she's part of the cause of... this is... Okay, Halo fans are going to hate me, but this is me interpreting from what I have seen of Halo. Cortana falls in love with Master Chief because she gets, like, a glitch in her programming or something. So, because she's fallen in love with Master Chief, she doesn't want Master Chief to die or whatever. So, she starts causing events to happen to protect Master Chief, but those events then turn bad. And this, again, complete speculation based on what I may or may not have seen from clips and things. And then she's part of the reason why Master Chief is, like... God, and I don't think she's in the latest game, or she comes back in the latest game. But I think it's because she corrupts and she can't handle stuff. Again, not a Halo fan. Never. I've only ever owned one Xbox.
Well, yeah. Well, the whole situation seems a bit messed up. We know nothing about it, so let's go on to a section we do know things about of Oh So Meta / No Fucking Thanks. Our crypto and NFT section. Wow, there's
Mainly
been a
just
huge...
NFTs.
Huh?
Mainly just NFT news this week.
Mainly NFT news. However, there is huge crypto news where the crypto market has completely crashed.
Who could have guessed?
Yes.
Hands up, everybody. Who could have guessed? I have my hand up.
And one cryptocurrency, Luna, has more or less dropped by 100%.
Well, I think, yeah. And this has caused knock-on effects because Luna and I think it's other coin personal. I've read this and I still can't fully grasp how this all works. Because it's gone past my brain and I just don't care at this point anymore. I think based on this, Terra USD is one of the largest of what are called stable coins, meaning that it's supposed to retain a value close to that of a fiat currency, in this case, the US dollar. Cryptocurrency investors see stablecoin as the kind of checkpoint in the crypto game, safe places to store their investments when they're not buying crypto into more volatile currencies. And yet this week, Terra USD's value fell to 30 cents at its lowest, and right now is just over 80 cents, as Fast Company pointed. So basically, typically fluctuates just a thousandth of a percent.
Well, yes, if I give the numbers for Terra Luna, 1 week ago it was sitting at a roughly £53 a coin, and right now it's sitting at 0.000201.
Yes.
It is worthless. 3.9 billion has been sold in 24 hours. That's not pounds, that's of the coins themselves. Yeah, the coins are worthless, and it's actually kind of crazy. I think many people have lost millions on this. People lost life savings.
Yeah, it's sad, but people on Reddit and stuff like that are going into the crypto things basically saying that they might commit suicide because they have nothing left. Because they've put all of their house and everything on it because they thought this was a stable thing.
I think this is the trouble with the internet. The internet just bigs up cryptocurrency so much and says, oh, it's the next big thing, get rich quick.
No. A very small percentage, but a very loud percentage boosts it up.
Yeah, that's true.
And then everyone on the outside goes, oh, that thing. Yeah, I'll do that. It's like fucking GameStop. As soon as you hear about it as the general public, it's too late. Don't invest.
It's very important when investing, you do your own research as your own decision. Don't just go with what people say.
Well, this is what I fucking hate, because I knew about what was it, GameStop, like a week before it took off, because I was like kind of following that train of like thing. But even someone who a week before it happened, like started taking off and started exploding, was already going, yeah, I'm too late to this, and I just didn't invest because I was like, yeah, look. I'm not going to invest because if I know about it, someone who is briefly looking over this, it's too late for me. This will probably skyrocket, and I could probably invest, but I couldn't get my share things. I couldn't remember my details to my share account, so I was just like, "Fuck it, I don't care that much." And I could have made a lot of money. Like generally, I could have, because I was like, "Yeah, okay, this is going to happen," and I don't sort of trust that the internet will take it and buy it because it's kind of obscure and. Who the fuck cares about GameStop? But then it became a meme, and then it skyrocketed, and I was like, okay, cool. But at that point, as soon as the general public knows, and it starts hitting mainstream media and everything, unless you're in it, you've not invested early enough to make that much money. Correct. Like, you need to invest at the very beginning with a minimal amount for it to skyrocket, and then you to get a lot of money. Because what happens is people put all of their money into it and go, hell yeah. And then as soon as that happens, it tanks and you lose all that money. Because people want...
What I like to do for my investment, I like to do long-term investments, and I just put a little bit here and there into many different things.
That's what you're meant to do. But the problem is because it happened around... Because the whole reason crypto has blown up is because of the pandemic and because people's job stability is so unsecure. People are now looking for a quick getaway to get money with what they have because banks are shit. You can't invest in banks because you don't get anything. It's such low percentages. You're like, oh, I'd have to fucking keep this in my bank for thousands of years before I actually get any fucking value out of it. So what's the quick way? Oh, crypto. It's this thing that is highly volatile and yeah, it's a risk, but I'll put it in and I won't think about what happens when it doesn't turn out good because it's always going up. That's what people are saying. It's always going up.
Yeah, well, not this time because Luna's gone.
Yeah. And I think because it's part of a Terra USD thing, it all like has knock-on effects to other currencies because it's all kind of just subsidies of that one thing. So Yeah. People forget that as much as they like to claim that it's not part of the stock market, it is part of the stock market because when the stock market crashes or like goes down, cryptocurrency goes down. They've done comparisons. You can see it because essentially, what is the more stable option to sell, like not sell? Your Coca-Cola stocks, your Disney stocks, your Apple stocks, your Amazon stocks. If you're looking to sell something, what are you going to sell? This unstable, untested coin or the one that you know will probably be profitable in a few days again? You're going to sell the unstable one that you don't really care that much about because it's just a hobby thing that you can get rid of. It's not. It makes you money, but you don't really care about it. So you get rid of your crypto. So that's why people are going to not sell their Apple or Disney stocks. They're going to sell their crypto if they need to sell something because everything's going down and they need a cash injection. They're going to sell the one that is unstable.
Yeah, well, don't invest in crypto, kids. Well, maybe now. Put some money in Luna. Who knows?
No. There's an NFT crypto thing that we're going to talk about that you got to buy. Well, there's two. You got to buy two.
Well, yeah. Well, we'll go on to the Madonna first. Madonna defends a decision to sell a 3D NFT model of her own vagina.
Yep. So she collaborated. Well, she's collaborated with Beeple, the guy who sold all of his artwork as one NFT and sold it for like $69 million or crypto, which was the equivalent of $69 million in the US. And so she's collaborated with that dude, and she's now got artworks of her having a tree grow out of her vagina and stuff like that as NFTs, and you can purchase them at this current time where the crypto market is crashing.
Do you really want to buy things in crypto right now? I mean, to be fair, Ethereum is still worth a lot of money.
Yeah, and I'm sure
crashed, but
yeah, it's crazy that she's 63 years old.
I forget she's 63.
Yeah, she's also had a lot of plastic surgery.
Yeah,
and
that sounds right.
She's got a TikTok account, and I don't know, but this is what I've been seeing. A lot of people are just saying that she just stands there and sort of just looks in the camera. Like, doesn't say a word, just looks in the camera. Just weirdly. So I'm like, okay. But yeah, it's just weird. It's just a tree. There's other ones that... who knows?
Ethereum's gone down 26% in the past month.
Yeah.
It's only about 10% down than it was a week ago.
What's it like from the last 6 months?
6 months is down 50%.
Yeah. But that's what people like to prove.
Massive. That's I would say 50% is recoverable in long term.
Yeah. But Ethereum's bad because Ethereum's like terrible for the environment because it's one of the ones that still hasn't switched to like a cleaner mining process.
Bitcoin done it now. And I think there's rumors for Bitcoin to do it soon.
But yeah, it's not great.
I think it will pick up again.
I'm sure people will just invest in it again. We're not clear of crypto, but this is the biggest fucking crash that's ever happened with crypto.
Well, yes, but this always happens. It's a cycle. It happens like every 3 years.
Yeah, but this is the biggest one they've experienced, and this one has done a lot of damage.
Yeah.
And I, for one, am very happy. Now I might invest in some crypto.
Yeah, I think I will. So as soon as it hits a bear market, then I'm going to go and just put loads of money in and just leave it in there.
I'm not going to invest in crypto. I don't want to do it.
No, I reckon I'd do that.
I have the crypto trading app. I could if I wanted to. I just use it to track the market.
I'll put it into a few different ones, a couple new and upcoming ones, and see if I make money in a few years' time. Never know.
All the YouTubers who promote fake ones that are pump and dumps, and you'll invest in those.
Not those ones. Definitely not those ones.
But then the last one is the Mr. Bean NFTs have launched at the same time as the crypto crash.
Is this a coincidence?
Yeah. I mean, it's not out of character for Mr. Bean to come in and just cause mayhem.
Maybe the Mr. Bean NFT was when people realized, this is stupid.
Yeah, they're from that the pictures are like the art style of that animated Mr. Bean show. Did you ever watch that?
I did. Well, I didn't actually watch the show, but I know about the show.
But you're aware of that animated show.
I am fully aware.
Yeah, I think it's for those. I wonder if Rowan Atkinson's getting anything out of this.
I don't know. I feel like probably not.
Because I don't think he would approve. It would be really fucking funny. Also, the name of the people who are doing this are in a joint venture between FOMO Lab and Banijay. So, the Fear of Missing Out Labs tells you everything you need to know about NFTs. It's all just the fear of missing out. But yeah, it's just funny that this is every fucking company is just trying to get. So this is the official tweet. At Mr. Bean is taking his first steps into the metaverse. We're excited to announce that a collection of 3,333 Mr. Bean NFTs will be purchasable from May 25th on the Ethereum blockchain in partnership with FOMO Labs. Visit Yahoo Finance to read more. And then there's a link to Yahoo Finance. But yeah, it's just crazy that even iconic British characters are now being used for NFT purposes.
Everything is being used for NFTs now. NFTs are the future, remember? Remember?
Yeah, sure.
Well, anyway, that's enough of NFTs and crypto. Let's go on to we've lost a controller of the news and talk about our gaming news of the week. And Epic is to release an Unreal Engine 5 editor just for Fortnite this year.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting. I mean, it doesn't surprise me. Fortnite is the biggest thing they've got. So
yeah, also, it's the same company.
Yeah. It's like, why would we not just have creators do our work for us?
What's a bit weird to me how they're making a specific one just for Fortnite.
I think it's similar to what Roblox does, like where they just have that you can make stuff for the game, and then maybe they'll add monetizability to it.
Well, is this editor for players or is it for the developers?
It's for both. It's for people who want to do it. They're making it for people. So if you want to if you're like a modder and you want to mod the game and put stuff in Fortnite, you can do it, I think. Yeah, it's to everybody. Yeah, it says to everybody. So it's literally everybody can have a go. And let creators monetize what they make, yes.
Fortnite is going to have the high-res quality. Goodbye cartoonish graphics. We are getting hyper-realistic game now.
How long do you reckon it's going to take before people start making porn?
I'm sure someone's already done it.
Because I reckon
someone's definitely already done it.
Because the thing is, if they're giving people access to all the character skins as well, or are they only giving it character like assets, like the world assets, not the character assets? Because there's a lot of IP there that a lot of people have horny thoughts for, and if they give people the option to do it, they're gonna fucking make the
the banana and the tomato.
Yeah,
never know what people are into, do you?
Yeah. But I reckon as soon as I reckon it won't be long before we have the headline, someone made porn in Fortnite.
That's next week's episode.
Maybe. But yeah, I think it's just their way of trying to compete with like Roblox as being like this thing that everyone like makes content for. It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. And
will you be making anything for Fortnite?
No, absolutely not. I mean, I've got other ideas that I, postpone. I don't think I need more ideas that I postpone. Postponed, yeah, whatever.
Not postponed.
I just leave me alone, all right?
No.
Allow it, fam.
Sorry, I dropped something.
I mean, I think this podcast is a great example of me just delaying my projects as I'm
ADD.
What? I just delay my projects as I'm meant to make jingles still from a year ago and change our logo.
Yep.
Still not happened yet. It will happen, I guarantee you, but it might take another year.
Speaking of things that might take another year, though, Dan.
Yes, Starfield and Redfall are delayed. No, sorry. Say again. Starfield and Redfall. Did I say that?
Yes.
I did say it right.
You were doing it right, then you second-guessed yourself.
Yeah, I know. Whatever. Starfield and Redfall are delayed until 2023.
Just the first half. They were basically the end half of this year, and then they've been delayed to the first half of the next year.
Not bad.
Which is surprising.
You know what? People hate delays.
But they don't understand that delays are good, because then you don't get a broken game. Yeah. It's just funny, though, that Starfield was delayed, because they gave that trailer where it was 11/11/2022 or whatever it was, or the 22nd. Yeah, it was the 11th of the 11th 2022, and it was like, this is the solid date because this is, I think, like the day that the other like games have come out or whatever it is or something. I can't remember. And Redfall was that vampire game or whatever it was that had that trailer.
Yeah.
But these are all Xbox exclusives, and this has now left Xbox with no real content for the end of the year.
Well, Xbox, they seem to still have, even they keep buying things, they still have.
Oh yeah, no, I reckon they're gonna buy a company just so that they have a game for the end of the year.
Maybe they'll buy something. Also, talk about delays. I forgot to add on a news story for earlier that Disney CEO is saying that Black Panther: Wakanda Forever will release this year still.
Surprising. They should delay that and just
I thought it was delayed until next year, but apparently it's still coming out this year.
No, but there's no bit official word. Every other movie is having to be moved around, probably because of it. Because they're probably having to write out Shuri.
Yeah, I mean, there's an awkward film, that one, isn't it?
Yeah. Anyway.
Need for Speed developer Criterion bought Codemaster Studio. Absorbs a Codemaster Studio.
Yeah. We'll get to a controversial abortion opinions, but...
Isn't that just America, isn't it?
Well, PlayStation's been in the news. But yeah, no, they absorbed Codemaster Studio, which I think EA purchased like a couple... And EA does this a lot. They just absorb studios into other studios because they just don't care. So, yeah. I think we spoke about EA purchasing Codemaster like a couple weeks ago.
Yes, I do remember that.
And then, now they've had Criterion have it absorbed into that so they can make a new Need for Speed game. I haven't played a new Need for Speed game in ages.
I honestly thought they don't make them anymore.
No, they keep making them every year. They're like Call of Duty now for races. It's just every year.
I've not seen a new one advertised for such a long time.
Yeah. The last good one was probably...
Want to play at PS2?
Underground.
Is that PS2?
Yes. Well, maybe early PS3. But if you've played it, then it probably is PS2.
I don't remember. I really don't remember.
Yeah, it's just a shame. I don't like EA's practice of just having companies absorbed into other companies because they did with like all the Star Wars developers and stuff like that. It's just
fucking... and talking about budget cuts.
Budget cuts.
Well, that's usually what causes absorbing his budget cuts.
Probably.
So talking about budget cuts, Gotham Knights has been cancelled for PS4 and Xbox One.
Yes,
it's just on PC, people. Just on PC. I mean, I'm not lying. It's got next-gen consoles, but...
Yeah, the first of the next-gen that's only on next-gen.
Was Godfall not only on next-gen?
Nope, PS4. They brought it to PS4.
Damn. I mean, it makes sense. Gotham Knights looks like a very intensive game.
Yeah.
From the trailers, which means I will be buying it on my new PS5.
Yes.
Eventually it arrives.
I mean, it was inevitable. You're going to start having the PS4 and the Xbox One phased out from game developers, and it's just more money put into a platform that you don't really want people playing it on because it's not the best experience. And you got to draw a line in the
PS4 and Xbox One, they're just too slow now.
Yeah. It's like Cyberpunk. You don't want one of them. And if you're developing...
What about Ratchet & Clank? Surely that was just PS5, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. No, that was the first, that was PS5 only. I meant like from another AAA studio.
Oh, right, okay. You mean not an exclusive?
Not like first party one. Like AAA third party sort of thing. Not like... Because a lot of them were like developing for across both platforms. I think Cyberpunk should have just dropped it and done PS5 only. And Xbox One only. And then... Because that's the thing. You're spending all this money developing for a platform that you know it's not going to run well on. So you might as well just drop it. Only because fans are like calling out for it. And
I think the only reason
it sucks that people can't get PS5s and Xboxes, but you also got to kind of just not.
Well, yeah, but that's what I was going to say. I think the only reason why they wouldn't do that is because people couldn't get PS5s. There was no stock shortage.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, and
like there had to be a point where it got cut off, and the studios just start moving on.
Yes, and talk about studios moving on. EA is moving on their FIFA franchise to be called EA Sports FC.
Yep, they've officially broken up with FIFA.
Although I think FIFA 23 is still coming out. It's after 23.
Yeah, but also FIFA has gone, well, I don't need you anyway. I'm going to go and get a new boyfriend with blackjack and hookers.
Yeah, I mean, FIFA, let's be honest, is a completely corrupt organization. Have you seen Qatar?
Yes.
Is that a lie? Or are you just agreeing with me?
No, I saw Qatar.
You know the controversy behind it, right?
Yeah, it's where it's going to be held.
Yeah, but do you know why it's controversial, right?
Because they paid for it.
Well,
and it doesn't have a football area.
It's because normally people who host the World Cup is like a great footballing nation.
Yeah.
And the great footballing nation of Qatar.
Yeah, but they paid a lot of money for it, so...
And they didn't have any stadiums, so they had to get all the stadiums built by slaves.
Yeah.
Not corrupt in the slightest.
No, what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Are you going to buy the new EA Sports FC?
Well, I've not bought FIFA since 2020.
Well, you can
2019,
get...
actually.
If you buy PlayStation Plus now, you can get FIFA 2022.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's the PlayStation Plus game of the month.
Interesting. Can I do a free trial, maybe? That might be worth it, because I think my dad's coming around when I'm not at home, so I can play FIFA with him. Although I only got one controller. Does the PS4 controller still work on PS5?
Yes.
Yeah.
But only if it's the PS4 version of the game.
That's
it won't work
weird.
with PS5 games.
Huh.
So you can play PS4 games with the PS4 controller, but you can't play PS5 games with the PS4 controller. I don't know why. I think it has to do with the haptics and how they've coded it, but...
But you can't use a PS5 controller on a PS4.
Nope.
That makes no sense.
Hey, Sony's weird. But we'll get to Sony being weird. There's the last bit of news for EA.
Yeah, EA are teasing 4 new games, including remakes in 2023.
Yeah. But it's not a remake that's already been announced. This is all new stuff. So they've basically said they're making a new major IP, a partner title, a remake, and a sports title. So I imagine that sports title is now their new non-FIFA football game.
Well, no, this was it's coming out between January and March 2023.
Oh.
So if it's the sports game, it wouldn't be then, because the games don't come out until September, August.
Well, maybe they've already been planning how they're going to beat from this partnership. Because it's been going on for a while, hasn't it? That FIFA...
Yeah,
EA
but
dispute.
also EA Sports FC is also announced, so that's not including in this.
Yeah, but was it after or before this news out?
Once again, it won't be that. So yeah, I don't know what sports start in January, March. Cricket?
Golf.
No, they've already announced that one. PGA Tour.
Tennis.
Maybe tennis? Tennis is a
bowls. Not bowling. Bowls.
Croquet.
Badminton. Polo.
I was going to say, what's the poshest sport you can think of?
Polo.
Oh yes, I must go for a ride on my horse. Play a nice game of polo.
Yeah.
Good show, old chap.
Just, if they had made it online, it would just be people whacking people with the stick. Or the bat. It would be like jousting. It would just be people running around trying to knock people off the horse.
Maybe it's jousting.
Maybe.
Yeah, so a major IP, partner title, remake, sports.
If there was a VR jousting game, that'd be fucking terrifying.
Partner title. Maybe that's a Star Wars game?
Maybe. They have lost the rights to Star Wars, though.
Yeah, it's exclusive Star Wars games. They may still get
Yeah, well, they can still make them, but they have lost the exclusive rights to make them because of how shittily they handled the IP. They made one good game, and that was Star Wars Battlefront 2 because of all those microtransactions.
Yeah, I mean, EA... When was the last good EA game? Maybe Apex Legends? Jedi Fallen Order?
Unravel, which was the little yarn boy.
Oh, yes, Unravel 2.
Unravel and Unravel 2. Fe, F-E, which I really enjoyed, which is a little, spiky black dog thing that used music to communicate with other things, and you just ran around trying to clear corruption. That I really enjoyed.
Is there still rumors of PlayStation buying EA?
It Take Two? No, It Takes Two.
Oh, It Takes Two is a great game.
Any of their indie stuff, they do well. It's when they try and do AAA stuff. Yeah, I think it's rumored that PlayStation might be EA, but that would be one of the ones that really drains Sony's bank account. Like, you're looking more at like a From Software or Konami if you're looking to buy a studio. Let's move on to PlayStation. Because PlayStation boss sparks anger over staff email asking to respect different opinions on abortion rights. Which is bad.
Yeah, so people, I'm sure,
also,
are
I think
aware
in the
of America right now, there's a state, I don't remember which state, Michigan? Might be wrong by saying that.
It's probably Texas.
Find out for me which state it is.
Oh, God.
Some senators want to overrule an abortion law, which states that women can't have an abortion after 3 months, I believe.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, like, they just want...
Which is really weird that they're trying to overturn a rule, like a law that's already a good law. It's
California bid to future-proof the U.S. state against threats to women abortion rights. That's good. Yeah, it's a mess. Like, a lot of for some odd reason, they're trying to undo progress because they don't want it. But like, I think in the letter it was the boss of PlayStation basically said that he started comparing it to like cats and dogs and stuff, and like how his family and whatnot.
It's so weird.
So it's the Roe v. Wade case thing. We owe it to each other and to the PlayStation millions of users to respect differences of opinion among everyone in our internal and external communities. Respect does not equal agreement. Okay, Ryan continued, but it is fundamental to who we are as a company and valued as a global brand. But yeah, it's an odd... I'm pro-abortion. I think if a woman has any right to her body, it's hers, not some fucking guy telling her to... But yeah, also included 5 paragraphs on Ryan's pet cats. So yeah, he also put in that statement about that 5 paragraphs on his pet cats.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, if that kid's going to have a terrible life.
Yeah. Like, I don't think... Because the thing is, people who are pro-life are like, yeah, this baby needs to be born into this world. They don't care what happens after it's born, though. Like,
I think as long as a being isn't sentient, it's not so bad.
Yeah.
Or if it can't really feel pain. Because I don't think a fetus can really feel pain. I don't know. I don't even test that in science.
Just smash it with a mallet. That would be fine.
Oh, so apparently it's several states that are doing it. It's not just
one.
One.
Well, no, yeah, it's because if one state basically overturns it, then America's will be like, well, yeah, we don't want to do it either, so we'll get it overturned and all of that. So basically, if one of them tumbles, all of the dominoes that follow it will fall over as well.
So all the states that are currently doing this is California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Hawaii, Illinois, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Nevada, New Jersey, New York, Oregon, Rhode Island, Vermont, Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
Which is mental. It's absolutely crazy. Like, how is progress going backwards?
Because people are idiots.
Also, and very sadly in the news this week, there's been a mass shooting in America again.
Oh yeah, once again, and that's the thing. They're like, oh, we have the right to defend our guns, but we like kill people.
Murdered people because he's a white supremacist. Like,
yeah. There was also a guy...
shoot the white people. They're clearly causing the problems.
There was also a guy who calls himself like pro-life Spider-Man or something, and he climbed up a building, but he forgot to bring a sign, so no one knew why the fuck he was climbing up a building.
There's just a Spider-Man on a building.
So but it was just a guy who climbed up a building with no like safety harnesses and whatnot, and then like he has the potential to die by doing that because if he fell, he'd be fucked. But he didn't bring anything, so people just were like, oh, why is this guy climbing up this building? And then it was because he was pro-life, so he was against the abortion stuff. But it was also before, I think, like after the the abortion thing was happening. So it was just weird. It was just a weird thing. Like, I don't get people's logic. Like, abortion is fine. Like, you're not... If you're allowed to hold a gun in America to kill someone, you are allowed to like get rid of a non-alive baby. Who gives a shit?
Americans are a different breed, man.
Yeah. I generally, if you're a woman out there and you have like you're scared, I generally am so sorry for you because you will get witch hunted and it is the worst thing. And like people are encouraging people to like snitch on people who go to abortions. There's like tracking apps that people like because companies sell your data. Like, people are just buying up the data of, like, Google's maps and stuff like that, and then checking it with people's, like, trips to abortion clinics, because you can see if people go there frequently.
So messed up.
Yeah, it's like, you have no problem prying into someone's life like that, but you don't want them to get rid of a baby. Like, it's not even a baby, it's just cells at that point. Like, it's fucking ridiculous.
Also, like, there should definitely be more support, like, for women or just partners going through that process.
Yeah.
Because it's quite an emotional thing, right? It's not like a...
Well, think about it, if a woman gets raped and then has to give birth to that baby, they will always associate that baby with the rapist, and then they will always link back to the most traumatic moment in their life. It's not.
There should be a lot more care from, like, for the process to, like, go through the abortion and that. Instead of saying, "Oh no, you can't do it," and then make you the whole pregnancy. Maybe
we just need to not have cunts who rape people, and then we don't need to have as many abortions.
Although you probably still have them, but I mean...
Oh, no, yeah, but you make living conditions nicer.
Yeah.
Rather than taking away people's choice to, like, if they live in a shit situation, have to make it even worse by having a baby, just because you were like, oh, no, you have to have the baby because that's what I believe. I don't care about you after you have the baby if you go fucking become a drug addict because you can't deal with the stress and all of that. It's fucking hate people like that. It's not your responsibility. If you don't want to have an abortion,
behind this.
If you don't want to have an abortion, that's fine. Don't have the abortion, but let people have the choice.
I really don't like laws that are based on opinion, because that just makes no sense to me. All laws should be based on logic, not opinion.
The freedom to choose is what America's all about. You're taking that away, you dumb cunts.
The American Constitution is like the biggest load of waffle I think I've ever seen in my life. It really is. Like, the right to defend yourself. Well, yes, that was when guns could do mass shootings.
Yeah, it was a gun where you had to put fucking stick in it and put the powder in and then pull a trigger. Like, it wasn't an AR-15.
I'm even like all right with that in a way, because yes, defending yourself is a valid law that you should have to. It just, even then, I don't think it means to arm yourself. It just means if someone's attacking you, you have the right to defend yourself. You can
fight back. Yeah, you can fight back, but you don't need a gun.
Yeah, if they don't have a gun,
but they have a gun. Why can't I have a gun?
Well, they shouldn't have a gun.
If you had better gun control, you wouldn't be giving guns to people who are psychotic and do mass shootings. It's because you allow people to have guns that you have gun shootings. We sell knives to people. We get knife stabbings, but you can't really.
We even have like things and laws in the UK, but you can't buy a knife unless you're 18.
Yeah, you have to be over 6. Yeah, over 8. I think it's 16, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure it's 18. It used
to be I did the customer service, like, because I worked in retail. I had to do that. I think it's 16.
Maybe it is 16. I always thought it was 18, but
I think
maybe even 21.
Maybe scissors are 16.
I think scissors might be 16.
Who knows? But
I mean, you know your country's bad when it's easier to get a knife than it is to get alcohol. Sorry, easier to get a gun than to get alcohol.
Yeah, like
that's mental.
Well, the reason I think it's the reason why Americans don't have alcohol at 21, but you can join the army and shit like that, is because they want people. Okay. They want people straight out of college to go into the military, and then because they don't have a coping mechanism with alcohol. I think
it's 16 to buy a kitchen knife. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's 18 to buy a shotgun.
I got ID'd to buy a knife when I was doing stuff. I was like, what the fuck? I'm 23.
Is that before or after you had your beard?
No, this was like a couple weeks ago.
No, what?
Yeah. I got ID'd for a knife.
Take it as a compliment.
Well, one day.
But yeah, so PlayStation. We got completely off topic. We got PlayStation bosses and hate.
But no, it's important. I fucking hate it. Like, I don't give a shit if this podcast is more about fucking thing. But abortion is fine, and I'm pissed. Donate to places that help, and I try to fight this because it's fucking ridiculous, and I genuinely am pissed off that America is so backwards. Like, it
instead
is genuinely
of trying to stop abortions, it should be trying to prevent them from being needed.
Yeah. Or if you want, have a system in place where if people do have babies, then help them rather than just throwing them to the gutter afterwards and saying, well, you deal with it. You didn't want this, but we've forced you to have it. Now deal with it.
Yeah, this is so messed up.
It's fucked, and I hate it. And I hope the UK never does it.
Like, I don't think they will. The UK is way too liberal for that.
Like, if we ever do, I'm going to be pissed.
I'm pretty sure the UK is like one of the most liberal countries in the world, really. I think there's.
It's because of London.
Mainly London, yeah. London, yeah. I think.
We got so many different diversities in London that we literally.
I think there's very few cities that are quite far right.
As diverse. Yeah.
Like most cities are like more left, more like very diverse.
Wasn't there a rumor that if we left the UK, we left the EU, that London would become its own separate thing?
There was talk about that because the whole of London wanted to remain.
Yeah.
And the whole of Scotland wanted to remain as well. Yeah, the whole of Scotland's quite diverse.
And Ireland. And Wales.
It's just the southwest. It was just the southwest wants to leave. And
it was just all the other places in the UK apart from the UK. or Britain.
I couldn't vote. I was too young.
I was too young. I was literally like a week out of being able to vote.
I thought it was 2016. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I'm too young. I was literally just over the thing before I could vote. Yeah, because it happened just before my 18th birthday, so I wasn't old enough to vote.
Yeah. Because I would have been if it was 16.
Yeah. Anyway.
I mean, we just told the whole event in our ages, but we'll move on.
I already said my age before. I already said my birthday before. Anyway, let's go on to Xbox, because Xbox had some bad controversies, because they had a massive outage, which left people being unable to play games on both disc and on digital, because of DRM.
Yes, I don't think I was actually affected by this. And normally
Well, it's only Xbox.
Yeah, but normally I talk to my mate on Xbox Party Chat.
Yeah.
But
it was only over the last... It wasn't this week, it was like last weekend. And I think it was in America.
There was one moment I remember that we couldn't talk to each other for some reason. It might have been this. I don't remember now. I mean, let's be honest. Was there really that much criticism? Probably not.
No, this was very, very big. A lot of people were, like, the mainline Xbox account was tweeting about it and everything like that, basically stating that we've basically fixed the issue. Oh, no, we haven't fixed the issue.
Yeah, but what do you want them to do about it?
Yeah.
You can't really prevent it. You can prevent it to your best of your ability, but you can't do all of it.
So basically, it was because people couldn't play downloaded games because they needed the internet. Like just every game, and they couldn't play digital rights. So basically, on who was called for greater transparency from Microsoft on how its digital rights management (DRM) policies work. The Xbox outage has made it clear that something needs to change with their DRM policy. Games that are downloaded to my console should have a window to be offline and playable without checking in. Hopefully we get some clarity and solution to avoid this again. So basically it's just like, because of Xbox's DRM policy, you need to be on all the time so Xbox can check that you're playing, like you're on the game, and it's for like piracy issues and everything like that. But they need... if their system and servers go down, even on a disc version, you can't play the game because you always need to be connected to the internet.
That's so weird.
I'm sure so. I think PlayStation's had similar things because you need like even games that are like single player games and they still have to be online so that they can do downloads, so that they can do this, and so they can update stuff. And so if they can't connect to the internet, you can't play the game. And so if Sony goes down or Xbox goes down, you can't play your games. And it's just like, what do? You own this thing, but you can't play it. Your choice is taken away. So,
almost like America, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, was that too soon?
No, it's a valid point.
Yeah. Well, let's go on to the weird, wacky, wonderful world. I couldn't think of a transition. Because there is some weird news where a man's penis fell off, but he managed to regrow it on his arm.
Yeah. If you want to watch it, there's a documentary on Channel 4.
There's a whole documentary just for this one man.
No. It's like multiple people who are like trans people who grow their penises so that they can get them. But basically, yeah, this man who lost his penis due to a severe blood infection has had an artificial member surgically attached to his nerve region 6 years after it was designed by doctors. Basically, it's quite a tragic thing because this guy was basically like a druggie, and he kept popping like cysts on his butt, and then he got a blood infection, which then caused his penis to fall off. And then basically they grew a new one for him, but because he was an alcoholic at the same time, they basically couldn't do the surgery to attach it because he kept passing out because of his blood alcohol like intake and stuff like that. So they had to keep postponing it, and he didn't turn up for appointments because he was like just all blasted, and he apparently didn't have a car, so he was always cycling to places, but he couldn't do anything because he just refused to go to the appointments and stuff like that. So eventually, like during COVID, he just couldn't go because like everywhere was booked, so he couldn't get the appointment. And for like 6 years, he's had this penis on his arm.
Sorry, shut up.
There was an instance where he was in a supermarket and he went up to reach for something and his penis flopped out on an old lady's head.
Can he get feelings?
No, it doesn't have any nerve. It's one of those pumpy ones where you just... So it's just like a block of fucking skin, basically, that looks like a penis. And then they attach like a pump and stuff so that you squeeze like a little pump system, and then it pushes the saline fluid, and then it goes back up so you can go hard and go soft. But they basically grew that. It's like how transgender people get their like surgeries and stuff. But yeah, and then finally, after like 6 years, he's now finally got it attached to his penis.
And apparently, he said it's even better than his real one.
Well, yeah, he doesn't have it anymore.
No, I mean like it was better than when he had a real one.
Well, yeah, because you can control it, and I'm sure it was probably bigger.
he got a hog made for him.
But yeah, in the new documentary, The Man with a Penis on His Arm, which is on Channel 4 if you want to watch it.
It just sounds like a Channel 4 documentary.
Yeah. Yeah. But I knew about this before the Channel 4 documentary because I'd been popping in and out because it was a news story that kept occasionally popping into my feed. But yeah, and he seems better now because he was an alcoholic, and he I think because he lost his penis and he literally wanted to numb the pain of just feeling like less of a man, I guess.
Maybe.
And he seemed like very genuinely upset and whatnot, and he seems a lot better.
Apparently inject cocaine into the vein on his penis.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that. That just sounds like a terrible idea. Why would you ever do that?
You're on drugs. What else are you gonna do?
I don't know.
But yeah, I'm happy for this dude. There was also another guy who in the documentary was with his... He's like an Indian guy, I think, and he was getting a penis because his was a rare birth defect where he didn't grow one. So they were attaching a new one. And it was funny because he was with his family, and his family was so supportive, but he was like having his family like see dick pics. He was like sending dick pics to his mum saying, "Look, my penis is working." And his sister was helping him like get ready and stuff. And it was just like, oh, okay. You're very open about this. It just seems very weird. But yeah, it's an interesting story. If you want to watch the documentary, it's on Channel 4. I don't know how you watch it in other countries, but use a VPN. We are not sponsored by one yet, so we can't give you a named brand.
Yes, I mean...
If any named brands out there want to sponsor us, we are happy to take money.
Well, I started to actually listen to podcasts recently, which is weird because, you know, we are a podcast ourselves.
I've been listening to podcasts for years.
But I've noticed once I'm listening to it, there's so many ad rolls in between.
Oh, yeah.
It pisses me off. Stop it. At least people here are lucky, right? There's no ad rolls in the middle of it.
Yes.
Hopefully
we'll get to a point where we can piss people off.
Huh?
Hopefully we can get to a point where we piss people off with the...
Yeah, hopefully we can make money and piss people off. But at the minute, think yourself lucky. You're lucky we make money.
But let's move on.
Yes, let's move on to tech time and science shenanigans. That wasn't really right. Shenanigans. Shenanigan. And we're going to dystopian tech, where TikTok's work culture, anxiety, secrecy, and relentless pressure.
Yes. So basically, TikTok's not a great place to work if you
live
outside.
It's almost like it was made out in China.
Well, if you're not in their main work office, apparently you have to do all the meetings to their schedules. And apparently they also have two teams working against each other, but they don't know that they're working against each other. And things like that. So you're basically competing with other people, but you don't know it. But then if they decide that you didn't do enough work, you get fired, and they just give it to the other team that was also doing the work that you were meant to be doing.
Sounds like China.
Yeah. So yeah, it's It's not a great place to work.
It's a terrible app and a terrible place to work. Terrible for the environment, terrible for...
people's sanity.
People's sanity, terrible for
people's sense of humor, because it really drags people's sense of humor down.
Although, to be honest, I give TikTok credit. Sam Ryder, the UK Eurovision song contestant, became famous over TikTok. Like last year.
Who?
Sam Ryder, the UK Eurovision guy, who came second.
I have no idea who that is.
Well, it is the contestant that was part of it was UK's
entry. So we put all of our hopes and dreams on a TikTok star?
Yeah, literally, he got famous off
That's
TikTok.
like us putting faith in the, who are the twins?
You need to be more specific than twins.
No, when do the 20 twins with the hair that sticks up. You know, the white-haired twins?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The Irish ones.
Oh, Jedward.
Yeah, those fuckers. When we put our hopes in them being on, like...
Well, they actually they're already in a competition. Sam Ryder wasn't. He just became famous off TikTok for singing.
Yeah, but we put our hopes on those fucking idiots as well. It's just like...
Did they actually enter the Eurovision, Jedward?
I think they did some competition for the UK. Jedward. Eurovision. Yeah. Eurovision 2012.
Oh my god.
2011. I told you. We put them in the Eurovision.
No, but they were for Ireland. They weren't for the UK.
Yeah, but still... It's like they put their faith in those idiots.
Yeah, Sam Ryder, he was a TikTok guy.
I mean, good for him. I couldn't care less.
To be fair, the guy's got a great voice. I can't deny it.
I'm sure he does. I just don't care. Like I said, Dan, this is a thing that I will not engage in, and I'm fine not engaging with it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't watch it live. I just heard about it afterwards. I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting. We didn't come last.
Shocking.
I wonder why we didn't come last.
I'm surprised the Euros don't hate us that much. Or he was that good that we at least got second place.
No, it's because we're helping out Ukraine.
Are we, though?
Yes, but we had well, that's why Putin's directly threatened us with a nuclear missile. He's not done it with any other
thank God, please send it. I don't want to live here anymore.
He directly threatened us and said, if you don't stop helping, we will nuke you.
Yeah, I welcome it.
And Germany came last. It's almost like they sort of refused to stop accepting Russian gas.
Oh, can we accept Russian gas? I don't want to pay prices as high as they are. I'll happily sell out Ukraine so I can get some cheap petrol.
Yes. Well, Eurovision is entirely political.
Yes.
It is probably the most political competition you'll ever see in your life.
Oh, yeah. It's like Britain's Got Talent. It's all political.
I think it's just rigged.
Oh, yeah. I hate those competition stuff. I don't like singing competitions or like talent competitions.
We'll get onto it in a bit. Something I actually have watched recently that I've actually really enjoyed.
Is it the cake show where they make cakes that
Definitely
look like
not.
other things?
I've not watched it, and I will never watch that.
Well, let's talk about Project Cambria? Camembert.
Cambria was white. Right.
Was white?
Cambria was right.
I know. I just wanted to make stupid jokes. But yeah, this is the mixed reality presence platform by Meta, their new VR headset, which we spoke about a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, so it is basically Oculus.
Yep. It's just a more like developer-driven project-based one where it like shows you like the benefits of like using VR, like making like actually having interactions with the environment and stuff like that. So you can like place like keyboards and stuff, and then you can type on them and stuff like that. Things like that.
I think the best thing I've seen in VR recently is the VR gloves you can have, and it's when you touch items in the VR world, it like pulls on servo motors, so it physically stops you from moving your hand more. So you actually
I've seen
picking
things
stuff
like
up.
That. Yeah,
I think that's the most cool stuff. So like in this thing, they show picking up a chess piece. You could physically pick up a chess piece, and it feel like you're picking up a chess piece.
Oh yeah, it would like lock your hands in place around that object. That must be really hard to develop.
I don't think it's too bad. There's actually many games that support it already.
But we want this new VR thing as well, which is like a sensory like thing that you attach to a VR headset that sits on underneath and blows like air and things in your face, so you get like the sensations.
That's
using
cool.
ultrasound phased array. So this technology was used to simulate several arachnid-related scenarios, which would want you to feel wispy caresses of webs on their lips, or a spider try to forcibly enter their mouth when even play a video game if you can't experience. So yeah, it's basically just
I'm out. See you later.
It's a sensory thing. So it's basically controller-free hand tracking, direct brain integration, maybe some kind of smell-o-vision. Nope, sorry. The answer we're looking for is literally being able to feel spiders crawling on your face. They're basically just making they made a game and they made a thing that allows like the sensations to be felt on your face whilst you're playing the game.
We've had a good run, but I'm done. I'm done now. See you later. I don't want to be involved in this anymore.
So yeah,
it can't get anything worse. Why would you want to feel spiders crawling over your face?
Well, it's also that they have other examples, Dan. The spiders one is just the one that gets the catchy headline.
Oh god.
So examples include feeling the water as you drink from a fountain and sensing the wind breeze past you whilst riding a motorcycle, or the splashing against spider guts splashing against your face after shooting it with a flare gun. So yeah, but it's cool. I mean, we're getting to a point where immersion in games is getting more and more closer.
However, how long is it going to be until this is used for adult content?
I was literally just going to say the same thing, and it already is, Dan, because there's already VR porn, and there's already the conventions where VR porn is thing, and people have the little booths where you can test out the new, like, 3D printed asses or whatever. There's a whole subsection of, like, body. Like you can buy like this from the neck down, but where the knees are cut off and with the arms cut off, and you can buy like a torso basically, and it's all just fuckable.
Okay. Let's move on to Elon Musk, and Elon Musk says his Twitter buyout is temporarily on hold
because of bots.
Really, or is that just him not having the money?
No, he has the money. From investors. Temporarily claims that less than 5% of users on the platform are false or spam accounts are checked. So he wants to make it clear that there aren't any bots or anything. So pending details supporting the calculation that spam fake accounts do indeed represent less than 5% of users. So he's basically saying prove that you've got less than 5% spam so that they're not lying to him. Would be his key priority, but he now appears to be making sure that there aren't too many of these non-monetizable accounts before the deal goes through. He's also doing it probably because what's happened is the stock of Twitter went down, so the value of the company's gone down. So he also doesn't need to pay as much money for the value of the stocks.
It's almost like he can control stock markets.
Mm-hmm.
How does he get away with this?
Because he's rich.
I suppose he doesn't always get away with it, but...
Well, no, he got that one time where he called the guy a pedophile and then had... The thing is, I'm pretty sure he has to make sure that all his tweets get approved by Tesla or, like, his other companies. Because he can't be tweeting without permission from the board of directors.
Wasn't that just an embargo, right? It wasn't a permanent thing. Wasn't it just an embargo? They couldn't do it for, like, a few years?
I thought it was a permanent thing because it was because Tesla's stock took a massive hit when he started tweeting about how that guy was a pedophile.
Elon's a different breed. I swear.
Also, Jack Dorsey had a little Twitter spat with Elon because basically Elon tweeted about how the algorithm is basically lying to you and it only promotes certain things and it doesn't give you a full breadth. And Jack Dorsey and how like you can get the Twitter feed to show you what you want. Like in chronological order, and Jack Dorsey said, yeah, the algorithm is designed for ease of use so that when you come back to the platform, stuff that you would like is up front, but if you refresh the page, it will go back to chronological order. It's not difficult. It was just an algorithm choice. Like they made no claims that it was a thing. But yeah, eventually we'll see the aftermath of whether or not Twitter does get bought by Elon. Also, Twitter has been like firing a lot of its like staff and stuff like that in like preparation for Elon Musk being there.
Well, hopefully,
like a lot of people are leaving Twitter.
Well, hopefully it does. I hate Twitter. It's so bad.
He also said that he'd be willing to let Donald Trump come back.
Huh.
Yeah, and Donald Trump has said no. I'm gonna stick to my Truth Social app. But I guarantee you, as soon as Elon Musk, like, give it a year, as soon as Elon Musk buys it, give it a year, Donald Trump will be back.
Probably, yeah.
Because he won't be able to get away from the allure of Twitter. He'll be like, oh, I need to tweet. My Truth Social doesn't work as well as I hope. No one gives a shit. No one cares about me anymore. As soon as the 2024 election kicks in, Donald Trump will be back on Twitter. Guarantee it. If Elon Musk buys Twitter.
Yeah, because isn't Trump running for president again?
He said he would. I wouldn't put it past him. I hope the other opposition can put an actual contender against him who actually has
a divisive question. If Trump was still in power, does Putin invade Ukraine?
Probably. Because Donald Trump was...
He would be too worried about Trump just pushing a button.
No, because Donald Trump was chummy.
Huh?
They were chummy. Yeah,
but I feel like Trump was just a loose cannon.
Yeah, but I don't think Donald Trump would give a shit. He'd be like, oh yeah, no, let Ukraine be taken over by Russia. Who cares?
No, I reckon he would just nuke him.
I just don't think he'd care. I don't think Donald Trump would give a shit. I think Donald Trump would be like, yeah, fuck it. Why do I need to get involved?
I don't know. What about Afghanistan?
Huh?
What about Afghanistan and Taliban?
Doesn't give a shit either.
No, but would he have pulled out all the troops in the Russian forces?
Not at all. I think they were in the process before Biden anyway. Like they were in the process. They just never finalized it.
I think it was quite rushed.
Oh yeah, no, they left a lot of stuff.
They left all the military equipment behind.
Yeah, but they disabled it all.
That's true, but still.
Like none of it works. They just wasted thousands and thousands, millions and millions, not thousands and thousands. It's millions and millions of dollars worth of equipment.
Great success.
Yeah, it's like their war on drugs. It's like their war on anything. America's not good at war.
No, neither's Russia apparently.
Oh no.
It's only England.
We'll get that nuke sent to us one day. But let's go on to some other stuff. Also, bad working conditions.
Prominent Apple staffers write a letter to management and resign over office return.
Yeah, so basically Apple is basically forcing or trying to get its workforce back in the office because Apple spent a lot of money on that big circle building that's bigger than the Pentagon, as I found out, apparently.
Did not know that.
And so Apple wants its offices filled with happy working employees. But because Apple is in the centers of like massive cities, like getting in is like 2-hour commutes and stuff like that. And also, as stated in the letters to the management, you're trying to promote products that are great for at-home work and great for remote working, and yet you won't let us work from home. So yeah. Because what I don't see the point. If you can work from home and it hasn't impacted your work,
it should be optional.
Yeah, it's but they're trying to force people back. If you want to work, if you want to work, then fuck it, go in, do the 2-hour commute. If you're a social person, you want to go in, but let the people have a choice of whether or not they want to go back. Like we've clearly proved that it is possible to do at home working. Like it's a little bit difficult, but people are happier. Like work hasn't been impacted. It's difficult. Yeah, you've got kinks and things like that to work out, but like it should be an option. It shouldn't be a forced thing to return to the office. Because also, COVID still exists. Like it's not gone.
No, also, I don't think we covered this, but North Korea have had their first COVID case.
Yeah. Was it Kim Jong-un?
No, I don't think so. Yeah. But yeah, I was a bit confused, like, oh, they're just fudging numbers. And I thought, actually, no one goes to North Korea.
Yeah, no,
had no travel.
It's a closed off area. Maybe it was Dennis Rodman. Maybe Dennis Rodman when he went on one of his daily trips to see Kim Jong-un.
And I think Denmark are now getting rid of their vaccination program.
Oh, well, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, let people choose if they want to go back to the office. Give them a choice. But it was also they also stated in it limits the amount of people you can get because if your offices are in massive cities, you're only going to hire people in that area, whereas and only a certain group of people are going to be in that, like people. So you're not going to get diversity or anything because you're basically you have to live in that state or that town to be able to get the job. So they could hire people from any part of America if they wanted to and have them work. So it limits your options for work management and you kind of shoot yourself in the foot. But yeah, no, I think working at home is great. If you can work from home, do it. Like, if you've proven that it doesn't impact productivity and it actually improves it, then yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, well, yeah. I think once again, it's up to the employee. So I've noticed when I was working from home, it was actually worse for me. But that was mainly because I'm an apprentice, right? So I do university work on my computer. I do my work on my computer. And then I do my hobbies on my computer.
Yeah, so you're just sat in front of a computer all day.
Yeah, regardless of...
You have no break. You basically go from computer to computer.
Yeah, you just stay on the same desk every single day on the same mouse and keyboard. And it's just not good. So it's
have nice you seen the... I think it's Graham. I think... Although, no, it's... there's like... computer-generated, like, people after... Like, I think Graham is the crash test one. So it's like a person designed to be able to survive a car crash. And it's like this giant homunculus person with massive, like... and then there's an office worker lady to show, like, what would happen if people worked in an office. It's all, like, propaganda shit, because it's all just non-provable. But yeah, it's... Fuck, how do I phrase this? Office worker... a desk all the time. Emma. Yeah, it's Emma. Her name is Emma. Yeah, hang on. I will send you this link.
Thank you. I mean, no one else can see it.
Yeah, no, but yeah, it's called Emma. Well, she's called Emma, and it's what people think that people will look like if they work at a desk all the time.
Oh dear.
So permanently bent back caused by sitting for hours in bad posture, varicose veins from poor blood flow, a rotund stomach caused by sedentary working, dry and red eyes from long hours staring at a computer screen, swollen wrists and ankles from repetitive movement, swollen skin from years of artificial light, red upper arms due to regular contact with laptop heat, eczema caused by stress, hairy ears and nose, as well as swollen nose because of poor air quality. That's what they think in 20 years of just sitting at a desk will happen to you.
Yeah, so that's why I do regular walks. I do a walk every hour, just for 5 minutes.
Yep.
You know, just to avoid this.
Yeah, but that's all just speculation. Like, people have worked at desks for years and don't look like that, so...
I've definitely seen some people look like that, just saying.
Yeah, but I think that's also if you're only ever working at a desk all the time, everything and everywhere. Like, you don't take anything, you don't have any life outside of just sitting at a computer.
Yes, anyway, we got off topic from Apple, but we'll go back on.
We'll go back onto Apple, because the iPod is no more. Apple has discontinued the product after 20 years.
Yeah, it's so sad. I can't believe it hasn't already been discontinued.
Yeah, because the iPhone killed it immediately.
Yes. Did you ever have an iPod?
I did. I had an iPod Touch. It was my only ever Apple product. And it's the only product where I have cracked the screen.
Although, I have had two Apple devices, though. I've had a Touch 4 and 5.
Technically, I've had two iPod Touches because I bought one from a friend, and then I traded that one in to get a newer version of an iPod Touch. So, I have had two versions of the iPod.
To be fair, I liked my iPod Touch.
I thought it was useful. But as soon as the phone came in with the touchscreen and the same functionality, it just seemed pointless to have your music on another device.
Yes, I know this guy, right? And he seems to have
Is this
two
guy
devices.
You?
Huh? No, it's not me. He has two phones, and he has one phone for his MP3 music and another phone for phone calls.
For his porn. What?
And they're both smartphones. And right. I was really confused. I asked them why they did this, and there wasn't...
Are they like expensive smartphones or one cheap one?
I think that all the cheap one had loads of all the music on it.
Yeah.
But I was like, why don't you just put it all on the new phone? And then the guy was just like, well, it's just easier this way. And I was like...
I kind of understand the logic of having two things to do, which do the same functionality, but having one to do... Because having like all your music on one device, you can then, if you're only looking to do that... Like, if you're in your car and you want to stream something and you want to play music, you can just do that. And then you could still use your other device for other things. Like, you don't hinder it. Like, if you want to have music in the background, but also watch a YouTube video, having two devices is good for that. If you're going out for a walk and you don't want, like, your phone and you only want to listen to music, just put that device in your pocket and then walk away. Like, I can see points to why you'd want to do it, but yeah. It's just It is the only Apple product I have ever owned, so it's sad to see the iPod Touch and the iPod be discontinued. But they were obsolete as soon as the iPhone came in. And every other smartphone basically took over.
Yes. And finally, our final news of the week is Google Maps' new immersive feature will let you soar drone-like through cities.
Yeah. So you get a bird's eye view of city.
They're doing Google Flight Simulator.
Yeah. I mean, this is kind of cool. I imagine imagine if they just sent thousands and thousands of drones just above.
Just a swarm of drones flying above your house.
But what if they did? What if every time someone uses this feature, it's not fucking just Google Maps, it's live, and it's just a drone.
I just have millions of drones lying around, and they just...
Yeah, you just get to control the drone, and if you crash it, you have to pay Google thousands of pounds. Like that's the price you pay to use this feature. Is if you crash the drone, you have to pay for it.
Yeah, it's yeah.
I mean, this is kind of cool. I don't know if I'd use it. I'd be scared that the drone found someone changing at their window or something. Like you're flying through apartment buildings and you're just spying in on people.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably is some people being spied on. I think what Google do is blur the images, but...
Yeah, but they don't...
You're at the mercy of a software algorithm, a machine learning.
It has to determine that your pink, fleshy, blobby body that's naked at your window is actually naked and it's not just like a morph suit or something.
Yeah, you're at the mercy of machine learning. Good luck.
Yeah. I look forward to all the glitches of buildings being stitched together wrong.
Yeah, can't wait for that to happen. Anyway, finally, let's go on to recommend do, recommend don't. Anything you like to recommend or not this week?
I started recommending. I started watching Demon Slayer, which is an anime based on the recommendation of a friend. I'm not sold, to be honest. It's one of those animes where everything is explained in great detail multiple times, and I'm just I don't care about... I can see it happening on the screen. I don't need to be told what is happening every 10 seconds. So, I think the art style looks nice, but I think the characters are alright. It's not one of those ones where I'm super invested yet. So I'll see how it goes. I'm only 9 episodes in out of a show that's got 16 seasons or something like that. So who knows? Yeah.
Yeah, and talking about game shows, I've actually been watching one on main TV, weirdly enough, and it's called the 1% Club.
Okay, what's that about?
It's a game show which is based off logic questions and sort of the percentage of people who get it right.
Oh, you ask the audience and then...
No, it's not. Well, the audience is there's 100 people to participate,
right?
And then they go for 90%, 80, 75, down to 1%. To eliminate people.
Okay.
And it's just logic questions, and I just really enjoy it because I really enjoy mental teasers and stuff.
What channel is it on?
It's on ITV and it's hosted by Lee Mack.
Oh, I like him.
Yeah, it's quite funny.
I will probably never watch this show because I haven't watched traditional television in about...
I do like Lee Mack. I just
7 years at this point.
It's great. But anyway, that is it. That's our show. Go check out our TBO of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Yep, our little spoiler review of that. This week's one is the Destiny 2.
Oh,
finally.
Nice. We get a week off from TBO again.
Yes. Well, we might need to record
maybe we'll actually, catch up.
Maybe we'll pre-record some stuff.
Maybe. But anyway, thank you very much. Thank you for listening. Thank you for making it this far. We hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.
Bye. Check out the links in the description to subscribe to things.
Adios.
Peace out, hombres.